Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now. Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and this is the Lockernome Daily Report, or TLDR for short, your daily dose of tech news, gadget views, and other stuff the world can use. And hopefully you could use all this today on Christmas Eve as I'm recording this video for you. I'm very, very grateful you could join us. I'm hoping you're having a happy holiday season, no matter what holiday you choose to celebrate this time of year. If you choose to celebrate a holiday at all, I do. I'm a big fan of Christmas, obviously, with the whole Santa cap thing. All right, I'm going to do my best to get through this and to let you know you are not alone this holiday season. If you have not yet subscribed to the Lockernome YouTube channel, I'm not sure what you're waiting for. We are here for you year-round. And let me also tell you that our sponsor, Parallels, is also there for you. Now, even if you don't have a Mac yet, you may be getting one under the tree, or someone may gift it to you at some point in the future. If not, in this general time range, you want to run Windows on your Mac, use Parallels. If you use my link, go.tagjag.com/parallels10, I can save you $10. Now, if that link doesn't save you money, just email me, chris@pirillo.com, and I will do my best to save you money on Parallels or really any other thing that you might want to buy. Like a Lenovo Yoga? You want one of these? Well, you can't have this one because I'm going to be unboxing it live on YouTube today. That's right, when everybody takes a day off, I take the day on. I asked you guys on Facebook and Google Plus and even Twitter earlier, using the Lockernome.net link, which one you wanted me to unbox. Whatever was in this box with Lenovo on it, or T-Mobile's Nokia Lumia 810. And many of you guys wanted both. And that's fine, because I will unbox the Lumia 810 at some point in the near future, maybe even the day after Christmas, if you guys want. But today, it will be this in about an hour's time. Hopefully, you were watching all the feeds, because I shared the link to where you could watch this live on YouTube if you're not already subscribed to the Lockernome YouTube channel. Plus, I also will be sending out a push notification to all of you who are using the free Lockernome app on iOS or Android. See, right there. And the push will go out and say, hey, we're unboxing it live. So I'm giving you guys plenty of ways to stay in touch with us, even when, everybody else seems to be doing other things. I'm still having fun with technology today. And speaking of fun with technology, I did a video recently about how to save money on iOS apps, specifically how to get free Amazon gift cards, and that was received so warmly. So what I did was I went out and looked for better tools that you can use on your iOS device, your iPhone, your iPod Touch, or your iPad to generate points to get Amazon gift cards, iTunes gift cards, and paid apps for free. Check this out. Go.tagjag.com/free points. This is the latest one that I found, and it works. It works exceedingly well. You go to that URL on your iOS device. Just click the link I've put for you in this video's description if you want. You download sponsored applications. That's the way you're going to more easily generate points. And then the more points you get, the more you could get from them in terms of rewards or gifts, including popular applications like Angry Birds Star Wars. That's the paid version that you normally have to pay for. You can get for free. You can also exchange for Amazon gift cards, iTunes gift cards, and this one pays out by the way of PayPal too. So you can actually make money from a device that you already have. What's not to like there? So go.tagjag.com/free points is my new favorite. Use it on your iOS device if you have one. Oh, you don't have an iPad mini yet? You mean something like this? Am I holding it upside down, right side up? I don't know. I'm giving this away tomorrow. Remember that, on Instagram. If you're following me on Instagram, stay tuned there. You will see me post a photo onto my feed, and it will give you some kind of indication as to what you need to do to qualify for this iPad mini giveaway tomorrow, Christmas Day. Even if you don't celebrate Christmas, it'll be kind of like Christmas. I think you could celebrate Christmas if you're the one who gets it. And yes, this goes out to anybody, anywhere in the world, because this is just a random gift from me to one of you. Now, my Instagram feed, if you're not watching, I've been populating with all sorts of fun stuff, including this little Photoshop that, let's see here, he's an art teacher, and Kirby Mousel is his name, and he turned me into Santa Claus. I thought it was kind of nice. And then just a few minutes ago, before starting this video, I finally received something that I ordered on eBay, a recard of the original Yak Face action figure from Kenner. So this is not the original card, not the original coin, but that is the original Yak face with his weapon. And this was released as a Power of the Force series. I'm geeking out for a moment. You know I already have the tall blue snaggletooth, the one with shoes, the one that was issued by Sears and then recalled. This will take its place next to the tall snaggletooth, which I've done a video on before. I'm very, very happy to have this. Was not released in the US, is very, very rare to come by. To have a recard with a repro coin makes it even nicer to have in my collection. So I just posted that to my Instagram feed. If you're a Star Wars fan, oh, you're not? Oh, I'm sorry. Then you probably didn't enjoy these. Well, I guess, what is this? An R2-D2 snowman minifig, and he even has carrots up there instead of, the blue thing that's usually on R2. I'm posting fun stuff on Instagram. What? Oh, you want a better shot of that Santa photo of me? There you go. Here, should I just make this the thumbnail for this video? Will that be fun? I love it when you guys have fun with my face, and I know that's probably not something I should admit in public, but, if you do have fun with something in my universe, feel free to pass it along. When you tweet me or you retweet me, I'm very, very grateful, especially when you share the links that we have to share. And we do have stuff to share with you today, a few bits of content on Lockernome.com, which, by the way, has kind of got a small facelift. I'm not sold on the way it looks right now, but in the new year, I'm planning on retooling Lockernome.com to better serve you. So please stay tuned for that. Even if you haven't been there in a while, even if you've never been, hang on, I gotta move this to the other side of my head. Take a look, and I think you will be happy with the evolution. I've got an idea. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna implement it, because I'm not a developer, I'm certainly not a designer, but I think you're going to like what I have in mind. Certainly not what is there now. But what is there now? Why console gaming is a thing of the past. Now, I know every time we bring this up, and even with this being a very well thought out essay, people seem to hate us, and I don't know why. It's not my fault that most gamers these days are using these devices, these computers, these smartphones as their primary gaming device. I'm a casual gamer, but that doesn't mean that I'm not playing really awesome games like on my iPad. In fact, tomorrow, by the way, I'm going to be uploading a What's on My iPad for 2012, so that's the reason I'm doing that is because you guys liked an earlier video. I said, if you give me 2,000 likes, I'll do that for you. And you did, so I'm doing that for you. And in that video, I showed you a couple of games that I absolutely adore on the iPad. And I used to play them on the console, including Geometry Wars, if you've never played that. And Darkside was one that I highlighted. And then the third one being, let me see if I can find it again, Mutant Storm. So I will be displaying those games in tomorrow's upload of What's on My iPad. So stay tuned for that. Wicket, I just told him. He doesn't listen. Even when I'm doing this live, he doesn't listen. No, I'm recording this live. It wasn't actually broadcast live onto YouTube. That's the Lenovo unboxing coming in just a bit. So another article, or I guess a series of helpful hints for you that we've posted today. Best gadget pranks. You guys know of the Annoyatron. I think it's been a while since we've talked about it before, but I have that. There's also the Phantom Keystroker. I've never really used, but the idea, this little gadget, let's see here, this one right here. What you do is you plug it into an open USB port, and you can make it automatically toggle caps lock at random intervals, make the keyboard insert random characters, and make the mouse move at an odd time. So it's fun because, it's not a key logger, it's a key stroker. You just plug it into someone's computer and they don't know what's going on. They think they got a virus. They didn't. It's just a little USB key. It's not a big deal. Still, it's a lot of fun to have fun with people with gadgets, so long as you're in control. And so we've got a few other options listed on that page as well. Now, recently, I don't know if you guys caught the news, but Facebook is now potentially charging $1 to message anyone using their service. And I gotta tell you, this upsets me a lot. Probably not for the same reasons it upsets you. I have locked down my messages on Facebook. I don't mind when you guys email me, chris@pirillo.com. It's really easy. But Facebook is really difficult to manage messages for, and I generally only want to message people on Facebook that I'm really connected to. So I've kind of been ignoring a lot of the messages that are coming into me on Facebook if I don't really know who you are. You know how to get a hold of me, chris@pirillo.com. You wouldn't necessarily have to pay $1. If you would even want to pay it, I've gotten random messages from people, and I've liked, what I've seen because they generally haven't been annoying if I know you and you're a part of the community, and certainly if you're wishing me happy holidays. But you pay I haven't seen $1. If Facebook's charging you, I'm not seeing that money. At least I haven't yet, or I wouldn't know where to look. If I could get a million of you guys to message me and they paid me $1, maybe that would be worth it. Get a million of you guys. Still working on 1,000. So the next thing we've posted, and this may come in handy, especially in the holiday season when you meet with relatives, they probably want you to fix their computer, right? Well, here's how to remove Incredibar and the IB installer. And this is very, very annoying. A lot of people have been looking for this information. And one of our long-standing authors, Sherman is his name, not Arthur, he had cleaned this off of a client's computer and documented the process. This is something you definitely want to be looking into when you find a computer that has something that you can't figure out. You look at a toolbar. If this sounds familiar to you at all, we've figured out a way to clean it off the system, and that's really... it's frustrating for me to have to spend time talking about that kind of crap. Still, I just wanted to let you know that we've shared our experiences for you right there on Lockernome.com. Why I switched from Windows Phone back to Android. For now. And that's not me. I have not switched to Windows Phone, nor have I switched to Android. I use Windows Phone. Will be, I think, the first Windows Phone 8 experience that I have when I use the Lumia 810 for the first time. I'm very, very happy with the Nexus 4 from Google, or LG as the manufacturer. But, in terms of switching devices, it's difficult, right? Because it's not just this phone. It's this phone as it interoperates with this iPad, or interoperates with my Mac, or interoperates with my Apple TV, or anything else that's from Apple. And Microsoft's kind of getting that story together with the Windows Phone and Xbox and the Windows, like, I guess, full-on Windows, like, what you might find in a Windows 8 PC. But they're not quite there yet. And if you view these devices, these smartphones, whether we're talking about a Nexus 4 or Windows Phone or an iPhone, as islands unto themselves, it's a little easier to switch back and forth. I can't do it though. It's not easy. It's difficult because I've got so much momentum behind one platform, even if it's not as feature rich as another platform. It's what it's tied into that makes it a good fit for certain people, myself included. So I am very much looking forward to seeing Google bring its story together. Certainly, I run Google services all the time. Hello, I love YouTube. And just to show you, and I also illustrate this in tomorrow's, iPad, what's on my iPad video. I have an entire Google folder filled with Google applications, and am very, very happy with Google Apps on iOS. Thought I heard something. That was odd. Okay, so moving on. Here's the story of why someone switched from Windows Phone back to Android for now. And I don't want to switch all that frequently, honestly. I don't like a lot of change. Unless it's really, really painful, and what I'm using right now, that's the only thing that would drive me to adopt something else. You guys may be in a different boat. You guys may have switched from Android to Windows Phone to iOS, iOS to Windows Phone. Everyone's got a different story. This is just the reasoning behind what one person did. Don't let that story make you feel worse about your decision, because we're all different, man. We all have different needs, wants, budgets, experiences. So what works for one person may work for you. It may not work for you. Just keep your mind open. That's the thing. With other people's decisions, certainly, but even with your own decisions, you always got to keep your eye out, because there may be a better experience for you overall. Buying your child an iOS device, set a monthly Apple iTunes allowance. I didn't even know you could do this. Did you guys know you could do this? You can manage your child's account if they have an iPod Touch, an iPhone, or iPad Mini, or whatever, and you can automatically deposit a certain amount of money that they can use. So you can lock down, well, as much as Apple will let you lock down the iOS device. Does that mean that, an iOS device is perfect for a child? Well, there are a lot of apps certainly available for iOS. There's been the question of should you get an Android over iOS, and the advantage of an Android tablet or device in the family is that it has multi-user support, and iOS does not have it, at least at this point in time when I'm recording this. That being said, if you do have a child with an iOS device, you can set a monthly allowance. I didn't know that. And so, we wrote basically and explained, well, here's how you do it. It's really, really simple. Just follow these directions and then you're off to the races. Let's go ahead and see what else is happening in the world. Code your own holiday card with Codecademy code cards. Oh, I gotta check this out. Cards.codecademy.com. Oh, you can create your own card and then send it. Huh. So they'll teach you how to program your own Christmas card or holiday card. Not to offend anybody who doesn't celebrate Christmas. Nokia's Windows tablet to take on Surface with battery-equipped keyboard cover. That's interesting. Now, I'm planning on getting a hold of the Surface Pro when they are released, and probably will get one of the covers, the touch cover, the type cover. I'm leaning more towards the type cover just because the action is a little better for my fingers, and I like actually feeling keys getting depressed. That's right? Depressed? Not like they get sad and lonely or anything, because they're all together, right? I mean, how could keys really get... Anyway. Instagram Furor triggers first-class action lawsuit. Great. So you guys are suing Instagram. You know what? Here's the thing. Everyone was up in arms for mistranslating the original license agreement or the terms of service. No one has ever offered to pay for my photos. No one wants to buy my photos. No one. I don't think anybody wants to even use my... No one even wants to look at my photos. Why would I care if Instagram might make some money with them? I mean, they might. I'm using the service for free. I don't have any complaints about it. My only complaint, and I even put this on, I put it on Instagram, as a matter of fact. My complaint was, and this, for some reason, got, like, tons of likes. Instagram, why you no have iPad app? I memed it. I'm cool. Kenyan women create their own geek culture. Now, there's a story on NPR, so you know it's going to be a good story. Technology is getting to the point where it's reaching out beyond those who can afford technology. And it's just going to be a matter of time before the entire world is connected. Most computers today are these computers, not the traditional computers that we've been used to talking about as computers, but these computers that can be carried around, charged by the way of solar, light, solar powered stuff, water, wind. You can get electricity anywhere so long as you have the right conversion kit. And with that, technology will start to transform the human condition. We've talked about it in the past. I don't want to dive deeply into it right now, but I just thought it was interesting to point out this story to you. Acer plans to launch a $99 tablet. Wow. Probably going to compete with the Nexus 7 from Google, which I am happy with, for a $200 tablet. So Acer may blow away my expectations. That may be something that I would buy. That's an impulse buy territory for the things that I do for you on YouTube, because I know not everybody can buy these gadgets. It's one of the reasons why I ask you, what do you guys want me to look at? You guys say, and then I go out and I try to get it. That's how I got the Yoga, by the way. I asked you, of all the Windows laptops, these new Windows 8 touchscreen PC Ultrabooks, of all of the big ones, which one did you want to see most? And most of you said the Yoga. And there were some other competitors, and I may get to them in the new year. Yeah, I gotta save up money. I've got to make the right contacts. It just takes some time. POP charger Kickstarter alive again after Apple revises Lightning accessory rules. Don't know if you caught the news in TLDR, the Lockernome Daily Report, the other day, but Apple basically squashed the Kickstarter project. They've now, kind of recanted, say, okay, well, it's okay, you can do it now. And I think it's both good and bad for Apple to do the things that they do. It's a double-edged sword. They've been trying to control as much as possible the accessory ecosystem around the Lightning adapter, which, by the way, I love the Lightning adapter. I've got, let me just pull this one over here. This one was one sent to me by one of you in Europe. Now this is available in the US, the micro USB to Lightning adapter. I love Lightning for one reason. It's reversible, and you don't have to fumble with the ports. I love that. But Apple is being very, very, strict with who can use it. And so that gives consumers, a higher degree of confidence. Kind of like they can install apps from the App Store and know that they're not going to get something crappy that's going to ruin the iPhone and destroy it. They're not going to install malware, so to speak, because Apple has put a lot of effort into providing that faith for users. Let me put it this way. My dad still wants me to install software on his Windows PC. He's afraid to do it. He installs iOS apps all the time. Really, do I need to say anything else? They boost consumer confidence by doing the things that they do. Unfortunately, it doesn't mean that it always turns out well for people if they're not playing by Apple's rules, specifically the way Apple wants them to play by the rules. Consumers, though, by and large, win with the way Apple does things. There's choice in the marketplace. That's the bottom line. China considering broad law to require real name registration for its 500 million internet users. Well, anonymity may go out the window in China. I think the internet needs anonymity. I don't know if it's necessarily the only thing it needs. I think there's an extreme value in being able to let the idea be surfaced over your identity. I'm a proponent of anonymity for all the reasons why anonymous stuff works. There's a value to it, and I think I would not want to be online if... And I realize sometimes I want to know people's faces, especially when they're trolling me. I want to get to know them, when they're attacking me on a personal level and don't really know me on a personal level. That's the time where I think, being anonymous, it makes you a coward. But being in that instance, but you're not a coward being anonymous to promote an idea or an effort that is making the world a better place and maybe unpopular opinion. So it's a double-edged sword. I see it both ways. So if you attack me personally, I just want to know who I'm talking to. But if it's not a personal thing at all, I think anonymity needs to stay. I've said this before in the YouTube channel and across my social media accounts. This is not a new perspective, just a clarification. So let's see here. Our question of the day brought to you by GoDaddy.com. And I don't know if you guys knew this. I got coupons for GoDaddy. If you email me, chris@pirillo.com, I will send you the entire list of what I have at the time because they change frequently. So email me. You want to get something on GoDaddy. Airwolf writes, what PC game would you like to bring back and revisit? I didn't do a lot of PC gaming other than Mahjong was it. I mean, on Windows 3.1, that was about the only thing that we could play. I did some DOS gaming, but, here's the thing. They've ported a lot of my favorite games that I had growing up to various mobile platforms, or even, consoles. In the iPad video that I'm uploading tomorrow, I pointed out a few of my favorite classics, which I now have on iOS, including the Activision Anthology for Atari. These are the best Atari games ever. Turn it down a bit. Sorry, I didn't notice what was up. Look at all these cartridges that I now own. Unreal. I love these games. So I can't say that I wish for any game to come back because I have all the games that I want now. Or certainly as older ones come back and I can get them again, I'm not in any rush to get that one game because those Activision Atari games, Mega Mania, that was it. That was all I needed. And now I have that wherever I go. I love it. Huge fan of Atari. Hello. You guys saw my Atari throwback unboxing and setup that I did the other day. I'm not kidding. I love those games. Easy. You didn't even... Well, sometimes you did have to read the manual because it was a bit esoteric. The other day, and I think maybe at some point, I should probably be wrapping up at some point in the near future, but at some point, I hope Nintendo ports their stuff to more platforms, to Android, potentially Windows Phone, and of course to iOS, because I would love to play the classics in some way, shape, or form. I don't have the 8-bitty, the ThinkGeek controller that is like the NES controller that would allow me to connect to an iOS device and use a controller rather than touch controls. But I'm looking to possibly getting that with some holiday gift money if I get any. I might get some, I don't know. I get gifts. I'm very happy. I show you a lot of them in the daily Pirillo vlog. But I would like to see some of my favorite classics from Nintendo be ported officially. I know you can jailbreak and do all that stuff, but I mean officially. I watched the entire run-through of Kid Icarus with the best ending on YouTube the other day. This guy was amazing. Didn't get hit but once, and that was on purpose by one of the Eggplant Wizards? Eggplant King? Anyway, but that was the only time he got hit in the entire playthrough. Unbelievable. Grew up with the Nintendo, grew up with the Atari. I'm just a huge fan of the classics. So let me go ahead and wrap this up. I'm very grateful you guys spent this time with me. Hopefully you appreciated the way that we did TLDR today, or that I did it. It's the easiest way to get it done since we weren't going to spend a lot of time with editing. Stay tuned tomorrow for the What's on My iPad. On New Year's, we're going to be doing a What's on My iPhone, and I'm also going to be doing the home office tour that I do every year at New Year's, and plus a live Subservient Chris episode on New Year's Eve. So we'll be ringing in the new year with you, 2013, and you'll be able to, I think, submit iTunes gift cards, PayPal, Amazon gift cards, random gift cards, and then I will do what you want me to do, like on camera, live on YouTube. It's crazy. Just Google Subservient Chris, and you'll know exactly what we're talking about. So thanks again for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for following. Thank you for engaging. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for being yourself. Happy holidays. We'll see you later.